Hey everybody, welcome to my second layout for Cut to You for December. I'm going to be using this amazing, gorgeous happiness collection from Cocoa Vanilla Studios. I went through and pulled every scrap of pattern paper that I had. And I am going to use as many of these scraps as I possibly can. I'm going to use this photo of my sister and I'm actually going to use two cut files. So I have the Loops of Love cut file, and then I have this title piece that says Sisters, Besties for Life. I'm going to take all of those little scraps from my happiness collection, and I'm going to back both of these cut files with all these little scraps. And then I also found this butterfly paper that I had started to fussy cut and hadn't finished, so I decided I should fussy cut that too. And by the magic of YouTube, I have backed my cut file. So I kind of feel like this is where I want my title and my photo and my the back of my papers to go. I'm going to adhere the Loops of Love cut file directly to the page. I'm not going to add any kind of adhesive or foam tape or anything to it. Once I have that glued down, I'm going to grab this beautiful, bright, pink gorgeousness from the 6x8 paper pad, and I'm going to go ahead and back my photo with this. So Happiness is probably one of my most favorite Cocoa Vanilla collections in recent months, and I adore it. So I have lots and lots and lots of it. I'm going to take that 6x8 pad and I'm going to cut myself a lovely mat of 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So I am doing this voiceover at the beginning of December, but you guys aren't going to get it till the end. So I'm hoping that I do this right. If you want, you could take a peek at a cherry on top. They do carry Happiness. They actually just restocked it. So if you're in the US, you might be able to run over there and get some of it. But otherwise, you would have to order it from Cocoa Vanilla, which is in Australia. Although, it's really not that bad right now to order things from Australia. Okay, I have my photo down. I have all of my butterflies, and I also have the sticker, 6x12 sticker sheet there. I decided that the part I want to pop up is going to be my title. I'm going to use my Big Mama roll of foam tape from Spiegel Mom Scraps to adhere my title to the page and to pop it up. This was a bit fiddly, and this took me a long time. I think it took me almost as long to back this with foam tape as it took me to back both of the cut files together. This was because I cut the foam tape down into itty bitty little pieces to fit over the smaller pieces of the cut file. But in the end, I think it turned out really nice, and it gave that layout, my title, just the right amount of dimension that it really did need for this layout. Now for embellishing, I'm going to keep my embellishments quite simple. I generally keep my embellishments simple when I have a cut file because I feel like I have done all that work to back the cut file, all that work to pop up my title. I don't want to add too much more so that the cut file gets lost. You've done most of the work once you've backed a cut file. I do definitely want to use this flare from the Happiness collection. I'm going to take all the foam tape off the back of it and then add extra tape to adhere it down, but I didn't want any of that tape to accidentally stick to the cut file or stick to the picture while I was moving it around and deciding where I wanted it to go. I know that I want to create a couple of clusters using these butterflies. So I'm just going to find areas where I can kind of overlap the cut file, but there's also some space between these hearts in certain spots. And I'm going to choose those spots to add some embellishment clusters. I ended up tucking these butterflies in and around a couple different spots on my layout. I started with a lot of clusters and then I kind of edited them down just a little bit. I also used some of these super cute, perfectly matching and coordinated hearts. I believe, did I add them? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm mistaken. I may have just decided that this was good and stopped here. I was worried. I felt like things were getting a little busy, but I also felt like the flow wasn't 100% down there yet, right? So I'm going to kind of move some stuff around. I definitely had more than 3 clusters. I'm usually a 3 cluster kind of girl, but because of the flow of this layout and because I kind of wanted your eye to move in a certain direction, I used the butterflies to help with that so that things kind of flowed the way I wanted them to. So once I was happy with the placement of all the butterflies, I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner to tape them down. And I'm also going to add a bit of foam tape to some of the butterflies, not all of them, just a few, just to add some more dimension to the layout. Once I had all of these butterflies kind of down, I decided I didn't want anything more on this page and that it was finished. I certainly think you could add maybe sequins or something small, enamel dots, but I was really happy with how this was looking, and so I called this one finished at this point. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to check out the description box for all the links you'll need to grab these cut files from the Cut to You shop. Bye!